Alright, welcome to Let's Play Interstellar Kerbal Space Program. I'm Azric Lore, and this is going to be my .25 alpha run. Hopefully they don't patch anytime soon. So here we are, we're setting up the Emerald Imperium. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves maximum money. We're going to give ourselves the most negative reputation there. Let's just say Jeb screwed something up. But we're going to go ahead with maximum reputation penalty, and let's go ahead and set for 400, and we'll go a little bit higher. Oh, 500. 500% penalty fund, so we can't abuse that. Our rep reward will be half of what it normally is. Our funds, probably keep those the same. Yeah. And science rewards, just because one of the abilities later on will make it to where I can just get a tremendous amount of science. So we'll go ahead and cut that in half to kind of make it a little bit more fair. Just because I could take contracts and earn science right off the bat. So, of course, late game, I will need tremendous amounts of science to unlock stuff. So, not too worried. And I'm going to give myself one other requirement. In order to unlock the tree, I have to unlock the whole entire tier. Obviously, tier 2 is only one thing, but tier 3 is 3 items, so I will have to wait till I have enough science to unlock that. And then, for example, here, if I can find my sheet of paper, tier 5 will take 810 science. For example, tier 6 will take 1,440. Tier 7 will take 3,000 science to unlock. So I am going to put those implements on myself. So we're already here, launching our first vessel. So she's just a little probe called Hope 1. And so we're basically following my campaign rules from my last Let's Play, and I will put those in the description below. Basically, we're going to go ahead and put a probe into orbit, and then we're going to get a Kerbal into orbit. Then we'll probably have to do some contracts and some science before we can continue on. But so far, so good. This is, of course, accelerated. So, but it's just basic equipment here. We haven't unlocked anything. It's just solid rocket boosters. I'm using heat shields as decouplers. We got just a fuel tank with a I believe that's like the Redstone engine or like a V2 engine. I can't remember, but we got little fins there to get us through the atmosphere. But on the top is the Explorer 1 probe from the FASA mod. So, excuse me. Anyway, so some of the mods I'll be using, I obviously have Interstellar, KW Rocketry, Eris Rocketry, Nova Punch, Carbonite, B9, FASA, which is the NASA mod, so I can have all the NASA stuff from Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo. Of course, I'm using Ferrum Aerospace. I love it. Thank you, Scott Manley, for getting me hooked on that. Deadly Reentry, Life Support, and a whole lot more. I also got like this modular colony and space station parts. And so you'll see more of that as we go along. So here we go. Jebediah is about to go into space here, and he's inside his command pod, so you can take a look. Whoa, there. All right, a little jittery. Must too much caffeine. So setting up our panels here. All right, off we go. Turn around and look at the Space Center as we go up. All right. So pretty much the same basic model as before, but we took off, of course, the Explorer 1 probe on the top and put on that nice little Sputnik-ish first man into orbit kind of pod. I like it a lot. I like round things, so it's all good. So he's cruising pretty quickly there, as you can see. He's starting to get a little hot there, but it's starting to cool down already. Oh, there it goes, starting to cool down. There we go. Pushing so hard through the atmosphere, he's basically re-entry backwards. So there he goes. He's up in the space there. Do some science, do a little EVA science. Well, crew report. Not really doing any science, just taking out the old binoculars and maybe snapping a few pictures. high above Kerbal there. Alright, time to make our burn so we get into orbit. He's basically 120 kilometers up. Nice blue flame there. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Alright. Go ahead and try to get that out a little further so we can get some crew reports from high orbit. Not sure where high orbit starts, but I think it's above 250 kilometers. We'll take a look here. Look, it's going on fast forward there, so I'm pretty sure it was, because we've already collected science previously for low orbit. Alright, time to make our deorbit and head on home. I like to try to come home during the day. We'll see if that's possible. Alright. So, this ship is named the Fireball, so I believe this is Fireball 2 coming in. Nice little view there from the window a second ago. So, got a nice heat shield on the front. Of course, it has a built-in heat shield too, so if we somehow burnt through that heat shield, we'd have a backup. So, ditch that. Alright. Now, I'm not sure which mod implements this, but do not deploy your parachute when it has that warning, or you pretty much lose your parachute. So, we're pretty good now, so we'll go ahead and launch that. There we go. Excellent. Alright. Nice desert here. Luckily, Jeb's in his environment suit. It won't get too hot. And touchdown. Excellent. Alright. Looking good. Looking good. Hop on out there. Time to collect some more scientific stuff. Grab some sand. Put it in a jar. Put it back in the capsule. Go ahead and drop a flag here. Bloop. Fireball 2 landing site. Kerbal in space. Alright. Come on, Jeb. Time to go back. Alright. Well, Bob is our lead scientist, and he looks like he's not having too much fun. Of course, he's flying the exact same model. Of course, we've added some goo tanks to the sides, and up he goes. And he's going to do some science real quick. Grab the data out of the canisters. I always feel like he's just pulling like little flash sticks out of the computer there. That'd be making it easy. Unhook a little fastener, unplug it, put it in your pocket, all good. Alright. Hop back in there, buddy. Come on. Alright, all set. And splash down for Bob. Alright, so far so good. Everything's been just excellent. Coming up excellent for us. No problems. So far this is what we got unlocked on our tech tree. So we're going to have to work on some contracts here as, I mean, I can launch rockets all over the planet, but getting science on Kerbal, not very much. There's not much to be gotten. So here's an example of some of the stuff. This was, I believe, test the, I believe it's that computer core in the middle there. Alright, so after doing a bunch of contracts and getting our rep up a little bit, got some science here, and we're starting to unlock some more parts here. We got lots of decouplers and cones and all sorts of goodies there. Next up is we now have MechJeb unlocked. Basically just to give us information on how much weight and speed and all that good stuff. I say that quite a bit. Of course, coming up soon, we'll be getting some really nice science stuff. Right now, we'll be getting these the junior science labs and a goo container that's actually more streamlined but costs way more money. So let's go ahead and take a look at these strategies here. So I've already taken appreciation campaign. So 5% of all income gets turned into reputation. Likewise with science. And we're definitely going to go ahead and max out and take the recovery transponder because hey, if I can get any money back from anything, that would be really useful. And later on, we will make it to where we'll negate the cost of that. So we're going to send our first lunar probe. This is Hope 3. Of course, we're pushing her really hard out of the atmosphere here. That's a little overkill. But you know what? These boosters are cheap. As long as we don't make her explode, that's all that matters. So here we are up in orbit, coming around to make our burn. And we made our burn, and now we're coming towards the planet. Swoop behind her. Switch to retrograde. Make another burn, and make our orbit. Coming right up here as soon as we can find it. Retrograde. Whoa, there it is. Alright, firing it up. Of course, all this time we've been performing science experiments. Transmitting all that data back. Gotta enjoy all that sweet science. So we're gonna go up here at the top, make another burn forward this time, and extend our periapse to, there we go. Yeah, about 9 kilometers. I think it's about 8, and you're safe. You'll skim along the surface. I think if you go below 7 kilometers, depending on what angle you're at, you'll probably smack into a mountain. But so far, it's pretty fun to skim the surface of the moon there. So, okay, we're at the very peak of our thing there, of our orbit, peak of our orbit, and we got our science. Of course, as you can see, the whole reason sending this probe, of course, this is science, but previously, I could send a probe, but by the time it got to the moon, its batteries would die and no solar panels. Now we have these micro panels here, and it provides just enough power to run all our experiments and keep the computer operational. So here we are spinning around, getting all that science, skimming the surface at night here. Of course, currently don't have any lights unlocked, so I couldn't light up the surface or the probe. So we'll go ahead and keep knocking out all the science here. Transmit that. Transmit some goo. As you can see, you get hardly anything when you transmit. Only crew reports, and well, if there was a crew on board, we're actually mission controls looking through a little camera, so that's why you don't get as much science. As you can see in there, there's our Geiger counter and a giant capacitor. So should we run out of power, I can turn the capacitor on and drain it and use it as a power source until it's empty. And then later on, I can recharge it when we're back in the sun. Alright, so that's all taken care of. So until then, thanks for watching.